So my baby chicks are about 2 weeks old now, so I introduced some greens, some dandelion leaf, and some grass to them. They were kind of scared of it just because it was new, so it took a little bit of time for them to warm up to it, but now they're going after it and chasing each other down for each leaf. What do you have, chicken? One of the chicks found something. The other ones are chasing her for it. I think it's just it's just a leaf. It's a blade of grass. There's a bunch of them there, chickens. They also really like the sand to get into the grit, and that's been working out. They're now on dry feed, and all of them are doing well. We have the 3 yellow ones that actually are showing a lot of color in their wings right now, so I'm not sure how they're going to turn out, but Dizzy is the plain one, just like Bonnie. So we'll see how those 3 with the wings turn out, and then Bonnie is going to be a little bit different. But we knew that. That'll give them something to do and play and chase each other. There's Buckeye. Little cute Buckeye. Welcome back to Whitt Acres. Today we have kind of a rainy day, so I'm coming up to the barn just to knock off some few odd jobs that will just help make my daily chores a little bit easier. One thing is, I brought up a new metal bucket. It's not new, but another metal bucket that I had, so that I can have 2 for the goat water, so I can have 1 bucket outside with the goats and 1 bucket in their pen. I don't have to keep moving that around every morning. Excuse me, chickens. Excuse me, Bonnie, Dot. Bonnie, where are you going? We'll put this in the goat pen here, right on their hook. There, now they got water in their pen. Well, a little too much. And they still have the one outside in their pen. Here you go, Flip and Flop. I also named my goats Flip and Flop. Flip has horns. Flop has 1 big floppy ear. That's. I don't want to rub your head, bud. Just eat the. Why are you doing that? You want me to rub your head? You want to rub head? Here, Flip. What are you doing, Flop? What are you doing, bud? You want a head scratching? I also need to put a hook latch on this gate because my fence isn't very secure. I want to get one of these on there that I have in my pocket. One of these little hole things so that I can put that in there and have a nice secure latch. I might even move this down so it's not in the crack of the wood, make it a little bit stronger. But the goats have been jumping on my gate, and it's showing some weaknesses. And I brought one up for this side as well. What are you doing, guy? You stay down, little flipper. Little flipper, what are you doing? Flop has 1 ear that's longer than the other, so that's kind of where he got his name, you little floppy ear. Yeah, you got Flop. And Flip has horns, so he can actually get underneath something and flip something, huh, buddy? You have like 1 little horn underneath his fur there, but I don't know. Do goats have fur or hair? What do you think? What do you think? Yeah, you want to eat them. You can't eat my goats, pup. Another thing I want to try and fix is something the rain brought to my attention. Out here in the goat hut, I'm getting a little bit of water on my new goat bed platform. So it's coming in from up here where I adjusted this back metal. I adjusted this so it was far enough over my lip to go into the gutter. But to do the adjustment, I had to move the screws. And as you can see, I moved the screws a couple inches. And now I have holes in my lower part of the roof. So I brought up some caulking and I'm going to be filling all those holes and hopefully whenever it rains again tonight, I can recheck this and it will be all dry. I've been thinking about how I'm going to do my rain harvest system up here on the goat hut. Since I have a 17 by 14 foot roof, I should be able to collect a good bit of water off of it when it rains. So we have the gutter on the back and we have it sloping down to this corner. I need to add a small piece of something, either a scrap piece of gutter or just a piece of channel to capture that last 18 inches. But I'm going to funnel that all down to this side. I need to get an end cap for this end. Over here I need to add an end cap, and then I need to drill some holes so I can put in the little square thing that gives you the downspout opening. It slopes this way, so I'm going to be putting a water drum right here, but I want it raised up off the ground a little bit so I have some gravity pressure flow. So I use some of the soil here and I've been throwing it over here to try and level off this area. I was trying to figure out how to raise the barrel up, and I have this big block of styrofoam, which I don't really have any other use for right now. So I was thinking about setting that there and then just putting the barrel on top of it. That'll give me 30 inches of clearance and a pretty sturdy base. The styrofoam won't be the sturdiest thing, especially as the water gets low. So I was trying to think of something else. I don't want to build it out of wood because I like using my wood for other things, and that seems like I could find something else to use for that. And it just so happens that I needed new tires on my Jeep, so I have a couple used tires that I might be able to stack back there, and then it looks like my barrel will sit right on top of that groove there and kind of even inset and maybe have the tire hug the barrel a little bit. So we're going to see if that'll work in the back corner. And I think I have some more tires in the barn that I can get a little bit more height out of it. So those are the jobs we're going to be tackling today. I got to grab a couple things and then we'll get started. Bah! Bah! That's Flip. Go ahead. Say it. And that's Flop. So Flip has a higher voice than Flop. Flip's a little bit smaller too, huh buddy? This morning I had to shift the fencing bubble outside the barn here because the ducks were destroying it over there. There's way too much mud. They were completely destroying it, so I brought them over this way a little bit. They had all this fresh grass, and now they turned it to a matted mess. Oh, Mumbles. You got a dirty mouth, Mumbles. Pretty eyes, though. Hey, chickies. You destroyed all the greens I gave you. Yeah, did you like those? You're getting big. That one right there, you're getting big. Look at your little bandit eyes. Got a little eye cover on you. Look at that little stripe. So she is one of the biggest, I think. Definitely one of the biggest. Standing next to her is probably the next size up. The yellow ones are certainly smaller than the black ones. And honestly, I think Buckeye's the smallest, my rooster. I think Buckeye's supposed to be a decent sized rooster. A good dual purpose breed for meat and eggs. So I think he's just a little bit slower than the females. Kind of like humans. What are you doing? What are you doing, pup? We got work to do, bud. Oh, are you trying to save this? I didn't Hey, back up. Oh, what are you catching? Oh, you got a mole. Good boy. Look at this, though. What do we have here? Whoa, back up, back up, back up. Don't hurt it, puppy. Got some daffodils blooming, but right beside it's a weird little hyacinth or something. Oh, maybe that's crocus. That's a crocus. Buddy, come on. Really, don't step on that. Do your best not to step on that, puppy. Now, puppy's got work to do too. This blue one is a 55-gallon barrel here. I was going to use it for the vegetable garden down here, but I didn't get it hooked up. So I'm going to use it for the goat hut up by the barn. And it's going to be a little bit more opaque than a clear one, so it might help with the algae growth. And this is what we're going to go with up there. Yeah, that'll fit nicely. I think that'll be pretty good. Let's see if I have another tire. Puppy, you got dust on your head. Much better. Much better. Probably wouldn't hurt to add one on the bottom there too, instead of using this little kickstand board. All right, all right. Go play with your goats. Get in. Get in. Get in. No, you stay in, little. You stay in, little Flip. Be nice, puppy. You cleaning their ears? Don't bite. What are you doing? Stay down. Be nice. Be nice. What are you doing, bud? What are you doing? I know, I put you in there with a big old canine. I know, buddy. I put you in there with a big old dog, huh? Hey, be nice. No hugging, puppy. This one I can't even shut because I too much hay in the way. Are you ducks stuck? Do you not know how to get back out there, or are you hiding from Draco? You look like you're trying to get back out there, but it's always blue in here. Go ahead, Gina. Alright, we're still stuck somewhere. Got a lot of this hay down. It's really building up, but really you can see the difference over by those ducks. Alright, ducks, I'll get you outside. Look at the difference between height of soil. It's like 4 inches higher inside the fence. Go ahead, go ahead. Keep going. No, 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 don't make a circle. There you go. I know you got to go farther away from them to get to them. Run, ducks, run. So complicated in here, huh, puppy? Are you done with your goats? Are you still playing with your goats? Okay, I see you, buddy. Buddy. Alright, now this one closes, and I usually just hook it on the fence, but as you can see, it's kind of a loose fit. And the fence, I don't know, pretty strong, I guess, but I'm gonna get another one of those hooks in here. You ready to come out, pup? Come on. Okay. And stop whining then. That was your time with the goats, okay? That was your time with the goats. Quit whining. What you doing? Draco. Oh, Draco. Yeah, puppy, you saved Blue. That's probably why Blue's hiding in here, because Draco's being mean. Really should have brought my tripod out here with me, but I kind of forgot it, so I'm doing one-handed stuff here. Okay. There. That'll do. Except I usually leave this one open. Up here I have a couple wheels, which I guess the wheels and tire will work. Wheel work. Watch out, pup. Oh, it's pretty good. Good eye, pup. Good eye. Good enough for me. Not too bad. I might put something flat on top of this top tire just to give it more squareness and equal pressure, because I don't want it pushing down on the wall of the tire and failing. So yeah, I'll put something square on top, plywood or steel, something solid. I think I need to use this. Try and caulk these holes in. Soaked my arm. That's all of them. I turned myself into a mess, getting all caulking all over me. I'm not on the best of ladders. Okay. Looks like I got them all sealed up. I'm not seeing any daylight coming through anymore. There is this one panel that I want to try and tighten up. That one screw didn't catch the bottom layer, so I'm gonna have to have my dad or someone come inside and push up as I screw that down. But other than that, I think we'll be good with the weather. I think the rubber top conveyor belt here that I put on definitely is gonna help save my decking board, especially since we started getting water before the goats even came in. But I think that's gonna help protect that plywood from deteriorating anytime soon. I was able to enlist some help from my dad, and I already got the back all tightened up. He pushed up from the bottom. There's a few more we needed to get, but we got them all tightened up, and we should be watertight on the inside of the shed now. Goat hut. And then I added a couple support frames for these tires to try and give it more of an equal pressure down so that they don't shift at all. So I think that's going to help, and that'll keep the water tank up here. Now we have to get some hole saws to fit this piece up into the downspout here. We can put it right up in there. We'll put 2 hole saws through and then bend the metal so this will fit up in there, screw it in place. And then for now we're just going to tape off this end. We'll go and pick up a gutter end and then get that fastened on and sealed, and we'll be ready to fill up our 55-gallon drum. I do want to cut off these extra ends of the wood because I think the rain is hitting those and the wood is wicking it into the inside, so I need to also trim those off.
Doesn't really matter where, right? I hold it back a couple inches.
Well, my barrel's going to be here, so I can put it in there so we can get an angle. Battery. Yeah, I saw him maybe a week ago. Crane flying over. Alright, this is all I'm going to be able to get done today. We got the barrel in place, but we don't have it hooked up yet. We stacked up the tires, and my dad had an idea of putting cinder blocks and brick in the center, so we built a solid column in the center. I bridged it with that basket there, and we have a pretty decent base now. Once that water fills up in the tank, it's going to be pretty solid. But we don't have the fittings to actually hook up the barrel yet, so I just put that big stove pipe in there just to run the water a little bit away from the building so it's not dumping right next to the house. I did find a piece of metal that will work for the extending the gutter here, but I didn't bring up any screws, so I just wedged this pipe in there to keep it up for now overnight when it rains, and then I'll hook that up tomorrow. Got a bunch of eggs and the barn is closed up for the evening. It's starting to dry up in here, and the daylight is pretty much all closed off across the back side. So hopefully tomorrow I'll come in here and it'll be a little bit more dry, and we won't have any more water in here. So it is fun to start a project and then finish it, do some of the bigger projects, but like today, sometimes you have to go around poking at a bunch of small things just to make the overall work a little bit easier. If you like nature, go ahead and subscribe down below, hit that like button before you leave, and you can see me and Echo on the next one. Thanks for watching.